Day, when several Vermont communities will mark the anniversary of devastating flooding, not 1 but 2 years in a row, Peter Welch will introduce a new bill to reform FEMA. Today, his flood tour took him to Barre and Montpelier. ABC 22's Kieran Nigro was with the senator, and Kieran joins us now live in the newsroom with more tonight.
That's right, Lauren. The senator held listening sessions to hear about what issues community leaders and members faced during and after the floods of 2023 and 2024. I also got to speak with the senator myself, along with the mayor of Barre and a resident of Plainfield, where we discussed his new bill as well as things that FEMA did and didn't do well in the past year. Senator Welch's new bill, the Disaster Assistance Improvement and Decentralization Act, aims to streamline the recovery process from natural disasters and put much more power in the hands of local governments. The senator tells me FEMA does a good job in the immediate aftermath, but when it comes to long-term recovery, Welch wants those decisions in local hands.
So I want to really empower the local folks on the recovery process and make them accountable for their decisions, but give them the power to make decisions.
Another reason for the bill is because the president and his secretary were talking about phasing out FEMA, which
suggests that you can phase out extreme weather events, floods, fires, tornadoes, and we can't do that.
He also says with this bill, local governments would have the ability to do more because there was too much turnover with FEMA's program managers.
What I heard from all our local officials is that they couldn't get an answer from FEMA. And in many cases, they'd have a program manager assigned from FEMA, and they'd get a dozen over the course of 18 months.
I also spoke with the mayor of Barre, who agrees with the senator about the program managers being a problem when they are deployed after a natural disaster.
So you get some caseworkers who are fantastic, they're engaged, you work with them for about 9 months, and then they're gone. And then a new caseworker is introduced, and the first thing they say is, okay, you're the mayor of Barre? No, I'm the mayor of Barre.
And after listening and reading the senator's bill proposal, he agrees it will help communities all over.
Not just on Barre, but virtually every small town and city in the state of Vermont, and quite frankly, across the country.
Plainfield resident Lauren Geiger tells me she had a relatively good experience with FEMA in 2024.
I think within 10 days of the declaration of disaster, we actually received funds in our bank account directly from FEMA to deal with some short-term issues at our house, which I was pretty impressed with.
Geiger also says the staff themselves were very helpful when they were on site.
The FEMA staff was knowledgeable and caring, and they did a good job, combing the area to try to assess the level of disaster and how many homes were affected.
But Geiger added the FEMA staff were stationed in Burlington, so she says she thought it could have been a more efficient process that would have saved money and provided more direct relief if the office was closer to the damage. Senator Welch says he will introduce the bill to the Senate the next time he is in Washington. Live in the newsroom, Kieran Nigro, ABC 22 News.